Hello, ladies. Welcome to today's live training. Who is joining me live? Welcome in, everybody. I do have a pretty well-requested topic to share with you guys today, and I hope that after this training, you guys leave here feeling empowered and feeling like there's hope, and feeling like feminine energy is something that you can gain access to regardless of what state that you are. So welcome in, everybody. Welcome in who is joining me live. So while I wait for you guys to come in, I do have important announcements to make. So one of the very first things, actually, wait a minute. I was going to, because we do have the masterclass that's coming up on Saturday. So it's the More Nice Girl Masterclass that's coming in. So if you haven't seen any of the posters, girl, where have you been looking? Okay, where have you been looking? All right, so you want to make sure that you're attending that. And I am going to be teaching and sharing the strategies that I use in my daily life to stop people pleasing. So one of the things, as I was doing some journaling, one of the things that came out for me was being able to communicate the strategies to you guys in a way where you're able to leverage it to step into your feminine energy, right? So before I get ahead of myself, for those of you who are new here, and if this is the first time that you're seeing a video of mine or a training of mine, welcome in. My name is Aby, and I am a life coach, and I help women who are feeling overwhelmed or burned out. I help them have a work-life balance by teaching them how to embrace their feminine energy. So that's the basis of my work. That's why if you go to my channel on YouTube, if you haven't been there, what are you waiting for? Okay, so if you go to my channel on YouTube or you're following me on Instagram, you're going to see a lot of feminine energy content. It's because that's the basis of my foundation. That is what I use in my life. Every day when I wake up in the morning, before I do anything, I make sure that I'm grounding myself to be able to tap into my feminine energy, because that is the long-term way to have a work-life balance. That is I've tried other methods. They worked short-term, but from a long-term perspective, that is the only way that I found that has continued to work for me. And the best part about it is that it's coming from within, so I don't have to rely on external things to help me balance my life. So that's the summary of my work. And in my conversation or in my day-to-day work, one of the things that I do is, because I'm working with women, one of the things that have come up for me is, yeah, Aby, feminine energy is all good, feminine energy is all great, but I am a single mother. I have to do all the parenting myself. I have to do not just the parenting, I have to then go to work. I have to do providing, protecting. How do I have the time and the space to be able to take care of myself and step into my feminine energy? And over the years, I've worked with single moms and I've shown them some strategies that can help so that they have that space to be able to relax, calm down, and step into that feminine energy of theirs. So these are some of the things that I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. So before I get ahead of myself, one of the things that I like to do in my trainings, I always have my notes. So if you see me looking down, it's because I always have my notes. And one of the reasons why I mention it to you guys in every training is because when you get yourself to a place where you are stable and calm and you're enjoying your feminine energy, one of the tools that you're going to have to learn is to be able to release negative emotions or release emotions that are stuck. And so I journal a lot. And so that's why you see me, I have a pen, I have a paper. So I usually use journals to be able to release emotions that can keep me stuck and cause me to be unable to step into my feminine energy. So that's why I mention it every time to you guys on every training, so that you can start taking it in your subconscious mind and start learning how to be able to connect with your body. And one of the ways, like I mentioned, is journaling. Another thing too that is very important, especially for us women, is making sure that we're hydrated, making sure that you're drinking water or whatever it is that you like to drink. Some people like to put stuff in their water, but whatever it is, make sure that you're staying hydrated, because energy cannot flow in a body that is tensed, dehydrated, and tensed up. So if you really want to be able to tap into that feminine energy of yours constantly, easily, without stress, then stay hydrated. It's going to make sure that all the electrolytes in your body are up and running, and you do have that electromagnetics in you to be able to enjoy your feminine energy. So that's why I also have my water or tea. In this case, I'm having tea with me to keep me hydrated as I'm talking. Especially as I'm doing these trainings for you guys, I am using my masculine energy to talk. And so because my body is used to learning how to balance things, I know that I need to have these things with me so that I don't exhaust myself as I'm doing these trainings for you guys as well. So I'm going to take a sip and then we'll get started. I feel like each time I'm drinking tea or water for you guys, it tastes better live than if I wasn't live. I don't know. Okay. Okay, it's a little bit hot. Okay, so let's get started. So first things first, if you are a single mother and you are in a state of AB, there's no help, AB, I cannot do this, AB, I have too many responsibilities, AB, who's going to help me? If that is your state, I'm very sorry. Like, I'm so sorry that you're experiencing this, because, you know, prior to working with women, prior to actually doing my coaching business, I never really understood what single moms are facing. Like, I mean, I knew as a woman that you're going to take care of a child, but not until I started working with women that are in these situations that I truly understood it. And I'm like, wow. So I'm really sorry that you're experiencing this, but if you are in my field, if you're in my group, if you are in my coaching, one of the things you know about me is it doesn't end at I'm so sorry. What's the next step? Okay? What is the next step that you can take to get yourself out of there? Because it is not normal. Your body, your hormones were not designed to be on for 24/7. They were not. Even if you cannot find a way to stop it, I want you to mentally take in that statement. My physical body, my physiology, especially if you are core in your feminine essence. So when I say if you are, sorry, that was a reverse. If you are feminine in your essence, you are going to experience a lot of stress and strain and just fatigue if you are constantly in your masculine energy. Because biologically, by nature, you can't change your physical body. Like, you just can't. Even if you take steroids, you will see the effects. So by nature, you were not designed to be on 24/7. When I was on 24/7, going to school, going to work the same day, doing other things, my body experienced a lot of things that I regret, and I'm so grateful that I have been working to reverse the damage that was done. I experienced a lot of, there was imbalances. I used to have painful cramps that would destabilize me for like a whole week. Like, I had a lot of things, and I'm so grateful that I found feminine energy work that rewired and stabilized my system to a place where I can show up for you guys today. And that's what I want you to have as well. So if you are somebody who is forced to be in your masculine energy because you do not have help, so again, like single moms, there is hope. There's certain things you can start doing to pull you out of that survival mode so that you can relax and tap into your body and start accessing your feminine energy. You just need to understand the sequence, the system that I teach. Thank you very much. You just need to understand the sequence and how to take the action and where to start. And I'm going to share some of these things with you guys today. So when I'm coaching single moms, one of my clients, like, she has 3 kids, she has a job, she has a business. So this is a busy woman. Like, this is a woman that is constantly on 24/7. Okay. And when I'm coaching women like that, one of the things that I tell them, and I'm telling you today, is this is going to take place in phases. Right now, you are in what I call phase 1. Phase 1 is survival. You are in, I need to survive just another day. Your body, your nervous system is so out of sync that it's constantly trying to survive. If you are juggling multiple jobs, even if you're not a single mom, if you're juggling multiple jobs, you're overemployed, or you have more responsibilities than an average person does, you're in the same shoes. You are in the same shoes. When you are doing that, your nervous system is in a state of fight, flight, stress, survival. So when you're in that state, you cannot jump into calm, relax. You need to get somewhere in the middle first before you move into fully living and embracing your feminine nature. And this is the system that I'm talking about. Like, some of the groups that I'm in with you guys, you know, I see some of your question is like, well, I'm forced to do this, and I'm forced to, how can I just start being feminine tomorrow? And, you know, when I see that, I'm like, you cannot start like that. You need to take an approach. You need to get out of fight or flight first. You need to calm your nervous system. Then you can start doing practices to enjoy your feminine energy that is in turn going to keep you soft when you want to, and when you don't feel like it, you can switch into your masculine energy. Okay, so recap. You are in phase 1. In phase 1, you are in survival mode, and some of the things that you can start doing to take yourself out of survival mode. First things first, you need to create awareness on your current responsibilities. This is important because I've had conversations with women and they tell me, AB, I need help. AB, I don't have help. AB, okay, so I ask them, what do you need help with? I don't know. But you're overburdened. There's so many things that you should get help from. But if you don't know it, you're not going to ask for it. That's how our mind works. So you need to create awareness first. What is currently tapping my energy? Where is my energy currently going into? Who is receiving my energy? Who is plugging into me and zapping my energy out? So like, for example, the client that I talked about that has 3 kids, a business and a job, a typical day looks like waking up early, getting the kids ready for school, okay, drop them off, drive to the office, spend 8 hours in the office, go pick up the kids. When the kids are asleep, work on her business, and then she sleeps for a couple of hours and repeats the same thing. On a 5-day a week, the kids go to school. On weekends, it's a little bit different because they're home. So she doesn't have space to breathe. That is the typical week for her. So I'm going to use her as an example. That's a really extreme case. That is a very extreme case. So if your week is like that, make sure that you map it out. 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., this is what I'm doing. 11 a.m. to 12 a.m., this is what I'm doing. Because we are going to use, like you are going to use this to go find, to go do the next steps, to be able to free up your energy so that you can have that time for you. If you do not do this, you will not be able to, your brain will not allow you to find help because you cannot see the problem clearly. All right. The second step, once you have mapped out your day and your week, do this for a week. The next step, my throat is getting dry here. Just give me a second. Okay. So the next step is use what I call the 3 Ds. Okay. So the 3 Ds is a system that I came up with for prioritizing how to use your energy. Because I feel like for us women, especially if you're in that mode of, ooh, I'm so nice. Ooh, I want to help everybody. Ooh, look at me, nice girl. And by the way, I have a masterclass that's coming up that's going to teach you how to remove that mindset. But I'll talk about it. Let's finish this. You need to be very selfish with your energy. Yes. Extremely selfish. So you are going to look at that list and use the 3 Ds. What do the 3 Ds mean? The first D, which of these things can I delegate? Which of these things can I ditch? Throw it away. Which of these things do I have to do? Okay, so based on that, you are going to be able to identify what is critical, what is important, and what is just busy work. Okay, this is a game changer. Because when I did it with one of my clients, she was like, oh my gosh, I'm spending so much energy in doing useless work. And I said, yeah, because sometimes when you're in that state of fight or flight, you always want to be busy. That's where your system is. Let's keep her busy because that's what you're used to. So you are going to do this for yourself. What can I ditch? What can I delegate? And what do I need to do? Based on this, this is going to help you in choosing and making sure that you are limiting access to your energy. So I'll give you an example. You take your kids to school, right? If you have kids that are old enough to take the bus and you feel comfortable in letting them take the bus, then you don't have to drop them off. You can take them to the bus station and the bus can take them. That's a good example. Okay? If you have little kids that cannot take the bus and you need to drop them off in daycare or something, then that's something you have to do. See the difference? So you are identifying things that you absolutely have to do it. Like if you don't do it, it can cause a disruption in the physical, emotional, psychological, financial state of your well-being. That's what I call things that I have to do. Especially if you're in the shoes, you need to be extremely strict with how you are prioritizing your week. Extreme selfishness is what you need to adopt in this mode of survival to be able to get out of it first. okay? Because some women will be like, but AB, I don't want to be mean. I don't want to be selfish. Well, you're in a state right now that requires that. You need to understand that you were not operating the way you have been designed, and you need to take extreme measures. Okay? And in doing that, you need to start looking, what can I do to make sure that I am able to save my life? Because that is how I see it for you guys. If you're in that state, it is a matter of life and death. It's not until you drop dead, then you realize that. You need to understand that you are not operating the way woman has been designed. So you are living on borrowed time, whether you choose to see it or not. So you have to take drastic measures to pull yourself back so that you can live long enough for your children to enjoy you. All right? So again, recap is prioritize it using the 3 Ds that I just taught you, and decide which one can I ditch, which one can I delegate or outsource, which one do I have to absolutely do. All right. Now, when you do this, you're going to have space to be able to move you to phase 2. Typically, when women do this, they have some of these stories that are coming up. Well, I can delegate this to somebody, but they don't want to help me and things like that. I tell them, don't worry about it. Just identify what you can delegate, what you can outsource. We'll get to phase 2, where you can start attracting that into your life. And you're going to be noticing people are just like, can I help you? Can I do things for you? And you'll be like, yes. And that's the power of feminine energy. Give me a second. Let me hydrate, and we'll go to phase 2. So welcome in, ladies that are joining me live. Welcome in, Crystal. Welcome in, Naomi. Okay, so in phase 2, we want to get you to a place of stability. All right? So remember the list and what we identified as what you can delegate. Now we're going to take the action to free up your energy so that you can have time and space to rest. So of the things that we identified in that list as delegate and outsource, listen to me when I tell you this should be, put it on your vision board, put it on your wall. Learn how to automate and outsource. I use this in my life. I use this in my business. I use this in my career. I use this in everything that I do. Learn how to automate and outsource. So what do I mean by things? What do I mean by this, and why? So when you're in that state of fight or flight, and oh my gosh, I have to do this, oh my gosh, I have to do that, what tends to happen is that things that I call busy work that you don't have to do, you're going to be doing them because it feels familiar to you. So if you want to move to a place of stability, the things you can outsource and delegate and automate, do it. So examples of things, bills. Instead of worrying how you're going to pay the bills and then having to spend 1 or 2 hours to over them at the end of the month to go through the bills and pay them, automate it and free up your brain capacity not to do things that can be automated. This changed my life because when one of my mentors told me this, I was like, but how is spending a couple of hours every month looking at my bills and then manually doing, how is it affecting me? Well, when I tried it, oh my gosh. First of all, it gave me that psychological air of protection. It gave me that psychological, I felt very protected and provided by my bank account and by my utility companies that they had this system. And I'm going to talk about using the world to provide for you. But it gave me that space. And so I had time to go do other things like resting, yes, taking a bath, watching a movie, planning things. It gave me time. Give me time. So automate all the bills that you can automate so that it's automatically being deducted from your bank account. Another way that you can delegate, hire help. If you don't have family around you, because typically in some cultures, there's family to help you. But if you are in the West, it's normal that some of you don't have family. Hire help, especially childcare. It is not by, and I'm sorry if you don't want to hear this, but the truth needs to be said. It is not normal, and it is not the norm for one person to be caretaking for, even one to be responsible for one person. Like, it is not the norm. It's because of the culture that we live in, and again, some people are in certain circumstances, and I get it, right? But what I want you to understand, and why I'm specifically saying this, is that I've heard women tell me that, well, Abby, I can do this, I can do it, I can take care of my kids, and then 2 days later, they're complaining to me, they're bitter, they're angry, they're like, why is it only me? And I'm like, because nature wasn't designed for only you to do that. That's why you're bitter and angry. So you are reacting because you're doing something that is not normal. And some women they don't feel comfortable, or sometimes what they tell me is, I don't trust. They have issues trusting other people to take care of their kids. Some don't want it. Some say they don't have money, which that one is understandable. But the point that I'm hitting here is, if you have the capacity to hire help, hire help. Hire help, childcare, grocery, like, order online. Let them deliver your groceries to your house, so you don't have to spend time going to the store and doing grocery shopping, unless you like grocery shopping. And if you do it, okay? Because it's all about doing things and the energy it's all about the energy that you're using to do things, okay? If you hate grocery shopping, do it online, and then let them order it to your house, or let them deliver it to your house. Childcare, especially during weekends when you are at home with your child, hire a babysitter for 1 to 2 hours. I actually went to check out the stuff because I know how do women tell me, Abby, I don't have the money. I went to check it out. There are some services that are accessible to people, to everybody, to most people. Okay, let me say most people, right? I recently, before I just did this video, I went to check out, and I saw there was a sitter there for $16 per hour. Even if you do that for 1 hour, 2 hours, that you have no idea what those 2 hours are going to do for your life. So hire help. Even if you can do it, do not do it. That's the point that I'm making here. And it's not just about childcare. It's about everything. It's about everything. Because again, when you are in survival mode, you are in that space of, if I can do it, I'll do it. And I used to be that. Oh my gosh. My own, you guys. It was times, whatever you're experiencing, my mindset was like times 100. Like, if there was a chance that I could do it, I'm gonna do it. Because, I was in that independent woman, oh, I'm liberated mindset, until I burned myself out. Okay? So just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. So outsource, automate, let the world provide for you. Like, there are literally people on the streets, in grocery stores, outside. They are looking for people to help. Literally, they want to be people's heroes, and they're looking for people to help. Allow them to help you. Allow them. If they ask, do you need something? Say yes. The other day, I went grocery shopping, and I had like 6 bags, okay? And I was in the parking lot, and I was just, in my mind, I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to carry this up. I was just like, oh, if only somebody can help. And there was a gentleman that was passing, and he could see me struggling with the bags in my car, and he's like, hey, I noticed, he didn't want to seem like he was bothering me. And so he was like, hey, hope you don't mind. Do you need some help? I said, yes. I said, yes. And he helped me carry the bags and drop them for me. If that was me like 4 years ago, the reply would be, get away from me, you creep. That would have been my response. Leave me alone. I'm an independent woman and I can do this myself. That would have been my response. But experience has taught me that I know better and I'm going to do better. And I want you guys to have the same response, or yeah, I want you to have the same experience. So when people offer to help you, take it. And if nobody offers, ask. Don't be entitled. Don't say, can't you help me? But ask. Ask for help. Allow the Lord provide for you. Whenever you're going out, allow people to do things for you. Let them open doors for you. Let them help you pack your groceries. Let them carry your purse. Just look at them, vet them. If you're okay with it, allow them. The caveat here, because when you're in a state of fight or flight, everything is going to look like a threat. You're going to think that people want to attack you. You're going to think that nobody likes you, and that's whatnot. That's why when women tell me that the person looks like a creep, I didn't say yes. And I'm like, how do you know they're a creep? Did you see their criminal record? Did they hold a knife and say, I'm going to kill you right now? Right? And they're like, no. And I'm like, look around. If you're in a safe space, allow them help you. Say yes. Say yes. Okay. I think you've gotten that point. I wanted to reiterate it again, because let me tell you this, ladies. When a woman is being provided for, when she opens up and allows the world provide for her, it will change your life. It will change the quality of your life. I'm telling you, this has nothing to do with being the richest person, the most attractive person, whatever story that you're telling in your head. Because I have actually watched women, like it was a day I was entering a store, this woman was dressed in, I think she was wearing sweatshirts and whatnot, right? And she had the energy, and I waited for her, and I could see she had her feminine energy activated, and there was a gentleman that was coming, and he opened the door, and she passed, and she said, thanks, that's my girl. In my mind, that's what I said, that's my girl, yes. And then the gentleman allowed me to pass her as well. So it's not about your looks and whatnot. So if you're putting that story in your head, get it out. Just relax your energy and allow the Lord provide for you. It will change your life. Like your quality of life will go up. And all the things where you're saying, nobody wants to help me, I don't have space, all of a sudden, that phase will die out and you are going to be attracting more and more help to you just because of the way that you're showing up. You're showing up with an open heart. You're showing up with a grateful mind. You're not entitled. People can feel that. But at the same time, you're humble enough to receive that help and appreciate it. Okay? So I said a lot in this phase. I said a lot. But a key thing to note here, I automate and outsource the things that I don't have to do. This will save you a lot. And it doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be expensive. Okay, so how are we enjoying this training so far? Oh my goodness. I feel like, I don't know, there's something about today that when I scheduled this training for you guys, I was just like, oh man, this information needs to be passed. This information needs to be passed. Because I've gotten asked, and I've been seeing women asking, well, I cannot be feminine if I do this. I cannot be feminine if I'm doing that. And I'm so grateful for my experience, because I know that there's no story that can stop you from claiming your birthright. Your feminine energy is your birthright. See it that way. It is my birthright to be able to tap into my body and enjoy just being me. And I don't have to really do anything when I don't feel like it. That's it. So it is your birthright, and it is available, and it is accessible to you. Okay, gonna take a pause here. And if you guys have any questions, put it in the chat for me. I will answer it. Okay, so the next phase is, so phase 1 was your survival. I suggested things to get out of survival: prioritization and slowing down. Phase 2, we want you to get you more stable. So this is where you automate, delegate, accept help, receive help, so that you can start getting into that feminine energy. Step 3, phase 3, is what I call the delighted phase. Okay, so if you are still questioning yourself and wondering, how can I be more feminine? Let me tell you a secret. When you're allowing the world provide for you and you're allowing people do things for you, it's going to give you that space to move your energy from in your head to your body. When you're in your body and you can actually feel your body and feel your presence in your body, you're in your feminine energy. That's it. You are in your feminine energy. So anytime that you have space to rest and not do anything, you're accessing your feminine energy. That's really it. That's why it's so important to be able to surround yourself with help, so that you can have space to be able to pour into you and then tap into you. Which leads me to step 3. So this is where you want to start filling yourself up. Unlike masculine energy. So the way that masculine energy works in masculine beings. So when I say masculine beings, this could be men or women. Men typically, on the average, are in their masculine energy. They have, it's more natural to them to be in their masculine energy, right? There are some women that feel more masculine in their core, so it is more natural for them to be in their masculine energy. I am not talking to those women. Those women will not be experiencing some of the things that I mentioned at the beginning of this journey. They will not be fatigued. They will not be tired because it's natural to them. Okay? So if you are noticing that you are tired and fatigued, that's your body just telling you that, girl, you're acting out of integrity with the way you've been designed. Another way to test it is, who are you attracted to in relationships? If you're attracted to feminine beings, whether it's a male or female, that's another sign that you may be more masculine in your core. But if you're attracted to more masculine men and you're turned off by feminine men, then that's a sign that you are feminine in your core. That's your essence is telling you what you are. Okay. So in step 3, or in phase 3, in delighted, you're going to learn some strategies. You're going to have to learn some strategies to keep you there. Because as I was saying, for masculine energy, the way it gets refreshed is they can rest, they can sleep, wake up, and they're like 100%. In fact, I think I checked this somewhere. Testosterone, which is the hormone that supports masculinity and masculine energy, is refilled in men. I think it's like every 15 to 30 minutes. Yeah, but for us women, we have a cycle and we don't have that much testosterone every day. We have it at some points where it's peaking during ovulation, but after ovulation, it drops. So you have to be smart with the way you manage and fill yourself up. And that's why feminine energy beings, we need to be filled up. It's not enough to rest. It's not enough to go on vacation. If you are not doing things that can actively fill you up and really make you feel whole, you will always feel depleted. I used to make this mistake. I would think that taking a vacation is me getting into my feminine energy. And then I'll go on that vacation and come back feeling even more overwhelmed, right? And the reason why is because I wasn't filling myself up. So in step 3, you're going to engage in things that bring you fun, that bring you pleasure, that you just engage in for the sake of enjoying it. You're not looking for a specific outcome. There's no goal in there. It's just doing the thing because it brings you fun and pleasure. So this is where hobbies come in. This is where doing self-care practices come in. So if you enjoy having a massage and you know that your body just feels so yummy after a massage, go do it. Go have your massage. If you love painting your nails and you really enjoy it, go do it. These are things that help you relax, keep you calm, and allow you access your body. If you go to phase 3 without doing phase 1 and phase 2, you wouldn't be in that position of constantly feeling overwhelmed because your system has not stabilized. So regardless of whether you paint your nails or you go get a massage, it's still like this, and you're going to constantly feel stressed. So this is important. That's why I said follow the system, follow the phase, so that you are working with your biology and you are hacking it to be able to get the lifestyle that you want. And of course, when you're allowing the world to provide for you, you're outsourcing things you don't want to do, you're automating, you have the time now. You have the time and the space to do your healing, to take care of yourself, right? Even if you have, 10 kids? Okay, that's extreme. But the point is, there's always a way. And that's what I want you to take out of this. There is always a way. Even if you have 20 kids, there's always a way. Find that way to save your life and do it. Okay? So that's actually all I had for you ladies today. Don't forget, we have the No More Nice Girl Masterclass that's coming up on Saturday. And I'm going to be teaching you to invoke your dark side. I'm going to be taking you to the dark side. Okay. It's a little bit exaggerated and dramatic, but you get the point. I'm going to be teaching you how to use your dark feminine energy to be able to stop people pleasing and stop being, oh, please like me, girl. Okay? You're going to learn why you don't need to do that. You're going to learn, especially if you are somebody that is just, you're so angry with the world and you think the world hates you and you think nobody likes you, but you're so nice. I'm going to share some things why that's backfiring and why nobody respects you, despite being such a nice little girl that wants to be liked and things like that. Okay? So I'm going to be teaching you how to take hold of your power and stop fearing it and use it for you, because it is yours. Don't allow other people take it. All right, so that is happening at 12 p.m. EST in this group. If you guys have any questions for me, let me know. Personal invitations should be going out today. I'm supposed to do that, but whatever. It should be going out today, so you guys should get your personal invitations from today till Saturday. Okay, but other than that, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And I will see you ladies later on Saturday or maybe Friday. I think I have something for you guys on Friday. So I'll see you then. Bye, girls.